Alright, welcome to the second episode of the Sports World with Patrik. Now, as promised in the previous episode, I will give you my opinion on the NFL Combine and, of course, give you an NFL mock draft that I've been working on. I've been using several different random generators to uh, get a better look at it. Of course, I did go to the NFL Combine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Went to Lucas Oil. Of course, I only really went for for 2 days. Went for the uh, wide or tight ends and the defensive backs, and of course, went for the quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. Um, both nights or both days were really good. Of course, everybody at Lucas Oil Stadium was very friendly. Of course, with all the events going on, I really only got to see the first group of each. I did get to see Xavier Worthy uh, break that 420 dash record, which was really cool. In all honesty, so of course, at the combine, it was very interesting. Got to see a lot of the players that, of course, are trying to make their way for the NFL. I know with a few of the people that I know, they were sort of a little disappointed not to see Caleb Williams there. Of course, he wasn't working out and didn't do a medical uh, check at the combine, so I know there were a lot of people who were excited to see him. Of course, uh, the quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receiver day was the most packed one. Um, it was it was really packed. Of course, we didn't really get to see much of the coaches. Got to see some of their boots that they had there. Sort of got to walk around Lucas Oil. It's very interesting stadium. Of course, I know that it has that retractable roof. Sort of wish that would have been open. The days when they were hosting the combine were actually really nice days. So maybe next year we get something like that. Um, so with everything that was going on at the combine, it it was really good to see all of the screens there. Of course, this is probably the most important day for anybody who is trying to make it to the or the NFL draft, and so of course Marvis Harrison Jr. He was not there. He was in Columbus. The main people that I really got to see when I was there was J.J. McCarty, Xavier Worthy. Um, I want to say I got to see Wayne or Nate Wiggins, um, Brock Bowers from Georgia. I got to see him. It was a really good day. Of course, got to see J.J. McCarty on the first day that I was there. Was, I guess, doing some press with the NFL Network. So that was actually really cool to see them all out there. On all the fan bases that were out there. I mean, you had people coming in from Florida, Texas. It was mainly Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana. Some Purdue fans in there. So it wasn't a bad it wasn't a bad day. I think Xavier Worthy had some fans there. I know that from Texas. I think it might have been family. Um, Florida State had a few there also. I think I saw maybe 3 or 4 Alabama fans, possibly. But I know everybody was sort of very excited to see all these Bo Nix, where it was Bo Nix or any of the players going in this year's NFL draft. I know they were pretty excited to see all of them. Even got to see some of the Super Bowl rings that there were, and of course all the events going around, whether it be trying to run the 60 dash or all the drills that they have to do, seeing how what your vertical touch is and how long your arm is. So that was actually really good. So First, let me get to, or since I'm sort of done with the NFL Combine on this one, let me go ahead and update you on some news. So it does look like from Antonio Brown that he did, and this is something that he just tweeted more recently, that it does look like Justin Herbert from the Los Angeles Chargers, he is going to be traded, is what he is saying. He is saying he's being traded to Minnesota. Um, of course, he has given a few little updates. This is being recorded on April 23rd. With that, of course, he's being reported. I haven't seen I haven't seen it being reported anywhere else, with the exception of Antonio Brown reporting it. So it might be just him reporting it. I'm looking at if Ian Report is reporting it. No, but he has just tweeted as of 44 minutes ago, that the Denver Broncos have acquired. Ian report from the NFL Network is reporting that, and the Denver Broncos have made it official that they are getting quarterback Zach Wilson, a 20 and a 2014 7th round pick in this year's draft from the Jets in exchange for a 6th round pick in this year's draft, the 203rd pick overall. So of course, looks like there's quite a few trades being done right now, as we get closer and closer to the NFL draft. But yeah, according to Antonio Brown, um, the Chargers would be getting Minnesota's 1st round pick this year, Christian Darissa, and a 2nd round pick in next year's draft. Should that trade go through, um, Antonio Brown actually has been a little bit. Uh, he's been almost right on everything so far. So with in concerns to that, of course, and if that would be true, um, I really only do the 1st round draft pick, or 1st round when it comes to a mock draft, because anything can change from here on out. As of right now, nothing has changed in this with the Denver trade. So let me go ahead and start off with who I have on my mock draft. So I have Caleb Williams from USC going 1st overall to the Chicago Bears. Um, Next, going to the Washington Commanders is Jaden Daniels, the quarterback out of LSU. To New England, I have Marvin Harrison Jr. I do know that more recently Jim Irsay did make it publicly known to Colts fans, that he would be looking possibly to get him, or getting Marvin Harrison Jr. But of course wants to sort of know what he would be giving up in that. Next, going to the Arizona uh, Cardinals is Malik Neighbors from LSU, the wide receiver from LSU. Going to the LA Chargers at 5th overall, would be Dallas Turner, the uh, defensive back from Alabama. Then going to the to the New York Giants would be Drake Maye from the quarterback out of North Carolina. Um, that's sort of an interesting situation there. With a quarterback, that would be 3 quarterbacks going in the first 6 picks. So almost half of those would be quarterbacks, the first six. Going to the Tennessee Titans next would be from Washington, Rome Odunze from Washington, the wide receiver from Washington. Next, going to the Atlanta Falcons would be Joe Alt, the tackle from Notre Dame. I know he got a lot of cheers here at the combine. Going ninth, and I felt like this was, and this was sort of a pick I made. With his speed, and you're getting another quarterback, or you're getting a new quarterback. I definitely would like to see Xavier Worthy go to Chicago. I think if Caleb Williams is as good as he is uh, being mentioned as in the or as he was at the being mentioned as at the NFL Combine, I think having a good receiver and a fast receiver would definitely be a good thing for him. Uh, and I think that would probably make Chicago a lot more successful. Going to the New York Jets is Olum Ilumva Fashanu from the tackle from Penn State. Going to the Minnesota Vikings, depending on if that trade from that Antonio Brown AB mentioned uh, about Justin Herbert going to the Minnesota Vikings, uh, with all the calculations, the Minnesota Vikings would more likely get J.J. McCarty, the quarterback out of Michigan. Going to the Denver Broncos at 12 would be Quinyon Mitchell, the cornerback from Toledo. Going to the Las Vegas Raiders at 13 would be Teron Arnold, the cornerback from Alabama. Going to the New Orleans Saints would be J.C. Latman, the tackle from Alabama. Going 15th to the Indianapolis Colts would be Jared Versey, the defensive back from uh, Florida State. Next would be at 16 would be Seattle picking Talisi Fuaga, the tackle from Oregon State. Going at 17th to the Jacksonville Jaguars would be Brian Thompson Jr., the wide receiver from LSU. Going at 18th to the Cincinnati Bengals would be Brock Bowers, the tight end from Georgia. Going 19th to the LA Rams would be Laitu Latu, the defensive back from UCLA. Going at 20th to the Pittsburgh Steelers would be Troy Faunu, from the tackle from Washington. 21st would of course be the Miami Dolphins picking. They would get Graham Barton, the tackle from Duke. Going 22nd to the Philadelphia Eagles would be the quarterback from Clemson, Nate Wiggins. He actually showed a lot of speed during the combine. I like that choice. There, think he's probably going to be a really good player. Next from Cleveland, the 23rd pick that was traded from Cleveland to Minnesota, Tyler Guton, the tackle from Oklahoma. And 24th, the Dallas Cowboys would be picking. They might need a little more help than just this draft, but Byron Murphy, the second, the defensive back from Texas, I believe. Next, at 25th, would be the Green Bay Packers. They would be picking Cooper DeJane. which was the cornerback from Iowa. At 26 would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which would be they would be picking Adonai Mitchell, the wide receiver out of Texas, and of course, receiving the 27th pick from Houston would be the Arizona Cardinals. They would get Darius Robinson, the defensive back from Missouri. At 28, the Buffalo Bills would receive Amarius Mims, the tackle from Georgia. At 29, the Detroit Lions, they would be picking, if everything goes correctly for the NFL draft, which anything can change in a moment. They would get Robinson, the defensive back from Penn State. In 30th, the Baltimore Ravens would be receiving Jerzaw Newton. I think that's the way the name is pronounced. Sorry if I mispronounce any of the other players' names. Been sort of trying to learn it for the last few weeks, and it's been a little bit hard with different names being thrown into my mock draft here. Of course, at 31st, and of course that's the defensive back from Illinois, um, or Illinois, yeah, Illinois. Sorry, and at 31st, of course, uh, from the San Francisco 49ers would be Kool-Aid McKinstry, the cornerback from Alabama. And at 32nd, from the Kansas City Chiefs, Jalen Polk, the wide receiver from Washington, would be going there. Um, of course, if some of these trades go through, of course there's definitely going to be something changing. But with everything that so far, let me see if AB has even said has given any new let's see if AB has any new news on any of the trades here, or Ian Rapport. Actually, I'm going to see something real quick with Adam Schefter. I know he's pretty good at it too. And so no, but the Denver Broncos have picked up their fifth-year option on the cornerback, the Pro Bowl cornerback Patrick Surtain. Uh, that they have announced, and of course, the Bengals have re-signed their exclusive rights to quarterback Jake Browning to a 2-year contract, and they have signed Logan Woodside. This is all coming from Adam Schefter. So, of course, this is going to be all that I can see from what everybody is reporting. That's from Adam Schefter, Ian Report. He has not put anything out there, and let's see. I don't see anything from Antonio Brown or AB. So yeah, that will more than likely be the end of this. Um, the next episode should uh, be coming out here relatively soonly. That was all that I really had for the NFL Combine and the NFL mock draft. Definitely let me know what you guys do want to hear in future podcasts, and I can sort of work on that. I'm going to try to see if I can get some more interviews here, and maybe I can get some interviews later on in this during the month. I'm definitely going to try to work on some of it here in the next week. Thank you.